Kick it off.
Get recording. Okay, guys, thanks for joining us on our kickoff meeting here. Obviously, this is going to be recorded, and we're going to send it out to everyone who couldn't make it. But we're excited to do this for the first time online, a virtual spring shred challenge. Bit of a tongue twister there. We do this every year at the gym. We do some sort of nutritional challenge to kind of help rein us back in from after the winter and start maybe getting some, if we have some fat loss or weight loss goals. It's always a good thing to do as we head into the spring and the summer. So that's always a good thing. We do it every year. And obviously this year we were forced into doing this online. So we're excited. We're up for the challenge. We're excited for the challenge. We've been doing our online workouts over the last, I have no concept of time right now. I don't know how long.
Like 4 weeks now.
3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And we've been having honestly a really good time with it. As a in-person trainer, I've always been skeptical of online trainers, right? And I've been forced into it, and it's been going so much better than I ever could have imagined. It's really opened my eyes and changed my mindset on all that. So that's been fun. So yeah, this is going to be a fun challenge over the next 21 days. I think it's just a great opportunity right now to, just take a look at everything that we're doing, our habits, our world, everything has been flipped upside down over the last month. And when that happens, when we lose, consistency or control and our routine and habits, everything can just kind of get thrown up in the air. So I think it's a perfect time to, take a little bit of time, a couple weeks here to try to focus and try to, prevent all the wheels from falling off, and maybe even, getting some good results over the next 3 weeks and head in a positive direction. So it's obviously going to be a bit of a different type of challenge because it's online, but I think we can do it. I know we're up for the challenge. I think you guys are going to enjoy this as well. So.
All right, so we'll just jump right into it. So for those of you that don't know, I'm Kate, because I know some of you don't know me. I'm Kate. I am one of the co-owners of Beyond Measure Fitness Training in Naperville, and I also am the Director of Nutritional Support. So I pretty much organize all of the challenges, all of the nutrition, all of that. That's me on my end. Steve is the mastermind behind all of the training, okay? So just so you know, if you've got questions or anything of the sort as we go on with nutrition, feel free to direct those towards me in our private Facebook group, okay? So after this, if you do not have a Facebook, make sure you let me know, because we already have a whole group set up with all the documents that you need and all of the information that you need. So if you don't have a Facebook, it's okay. All right, it's okay. You're just gonna kind of not get the element of the community aspect of all of our challenges. So just know that if you don't have a Facebook, you can create one without accepting other friends too. So we've had people do that in the past and then end up closing out their Facebook account once the challenge is over. So if you're interested in kind of having that community feel and being able to ask questions or just seeing what other people are asking, it can be very beneficial as you go on through the challenge, okay? So again, it's not mandatory, but it is helpful as we go along, okay? So number one, there are rules because it is a challenge. So number one is our goal is to work out 4 times per week. Okay, so you all have access to our online workouts as members. Okay, you can work out more than that. All right, that's just suggested for you to get the type of results that you want for this challenge. Okay, remember it's a fat loss challenge. I want you to focus on just having better habits during this time. So you're not going to be perfect, okay? This is like a crazy time for everybody. Our worlds have been a little flipped upside down. I know we've got, people have kids at home that they're all day long, and everybody's trying to manage the stress of all of that. Totally brand new types of stress. So I want you to know it may not be perfect. The whole goal here is to just be better than you were the day before. okay? And the way we're gonna do that is by the accountability piece of all this, which is the most important aspect of everything that we do, not only online right now with our training, but also at our gym. This is what makes us different. We are all about the accountability. It's really challenging when you're practicing fitness and nutrition and all of it's new to be able to do it on your own. It's really challenging. So that's what we're here for. We're your coaches. So make sure that you lean on us during all of this. And so number one, so I'm going to go back. Number one is to work out 4 times per week. Okay. The way you're going to track this. Now this is going to be a little bit of a learning curve. Normally at the gym, we put a really cool sticker chart up on the wall, and everybody puts their little sticker on, right, for the day that says good job for coming in and working out. But unfortunately we can't do a sticker chart. So what I came up with, it's actually a Google document. Okay, so it's a Google document that all of you will be able to go in and edit. Okay, and what you'll see on that Google document, it'll be your name. And there's at the bottom, there'll be tabs, week 1, week 2, week 3, and the days of the week. You're gonna type in for me the days of the week that you work out and what type of workout that you complete that day. Everybody follow? Give me a thumbs up. All good? Okay, yep, so you'll type in what you work out. So let's say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you do a strength, small group strength. You'll type in small group strength, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And let's say you go for a run on Tuesday, Thursday. Type that in for me, because then that's how I'm gonna see that you got your 4 workouts in for the week, okay? If you do not get those in, that's when I, at the end of the week, send you a nice little message, say, how are you doing? Are you okay? How can I help you? What do I need to do to help you out, okay? So that's number 1. That's how we stay accountable for the workouts. Good? Okay, number 2 is the nutrition part of this, okay? So the nutrition part is we actually have meal plans that are provided for you, and it is based off of gender and weight, okay? So you wanna make sure that you have the correct meal plan, all right? Because we don't want you to be on the wrong one and go the wrong direction, okay? So in the files, when you get to the Facebook page, okay, so when you get to the Facebook page, there will be a little tab that says files, and it'll have all the meal plans listed, okay? So I'm gonna give you an example. There's one that says female 1.6, okay? So if you are a female and you are 160 pounds or less, that will be your meal plan. Make sense? Then the next one is a 1.9. If you're a female, 190 or under, that's going to be your meal plan. Make sense? And so on and so on. Now, before we get started, in order to monitor your nutrition and your progress, you're all going to download an app for me called U8, Y-O-U-A-T-E. It looks like a little cookie, actually. It's like a yellowish orange color. All right. And all this information, I actually have a video as well. There's a coaching code that you'll add to that so that I can see your meals. Okay. So you're going to take photos of your meals. Anything that goes in, you get a picture. All right. So
that's drinks too, guys.
That's drinks. That's anything. Okay. So it all goes in the app. All right. No shame. No, just I'm here to help. So just put it all out there for me. Okay. So put it all out there. And again, you'll see more in the Facebook group. It's already all uploaded. You'll see all the documents in there, what the coaching code is, all that's in there for you. But I mention it because before we get started, okay, tomorrow, actually, let's do it on Monday. I want to make sure that you have the correct meal plan before we get started. Remember, this starts on Monday. Okay, so in order to do that, what I need you to do is through that app, the U8 app, there is a messaging system within that app. So you're going to add me right after you're done off this call. You're going to download that app and you'll add me because I'm going to add you to the Facebook group, and then you're going to get my coaching code. And then I want you to put your current weight, okay? It's all private, okay? So you don't have to worry about anybody else seeing any of your food. I'm the only one that's seeing your weight. So you're gonna send that to me because I wanna make sure that you have the correct meal plan before you get started, okay? Everybody follow on that? Awesome. So in that meal or in that app, again, you're going to take photos of all the food that you're eating. And if this meal plan, for whatever reason, is not working for you, okay, you're feeling lethargic, it's just not enough food, it's too much food, all of that, talk to me, okay? So let me know so that I can adjust it for you, because I have lots of other options for you as well, okay? This meal plan, just to give you a heads up, is a very anti-inflammatory diet, okay? So it's gonna be, don't think of it as complete elimination, but it is very high in vegetables and fruit, okay? Which is another big reason why we're doing this. Boost your immunity quite a bit during this challenge. But it is a little bit lower carb. So I want you to be mindful of that, because right now we're probably not moving around as much as you typically do either, okay? And we're gonna talk all about carbohydrates and protein and why they're important and all that good stuff too. Because we do have, and this is element number 3, we have accountability meetings, okay? In that files tab, there's also an entire document that has it completely listed out. It has listed out what time the accountability meetings are, the Zoom links, and their passwords. Okay, so on Mondays at 6 p.m., right? Yeah, at 6 p.m., everybody's gonna hop on, starting with this Monday. Okay, so starting on this Monday, because you're probably gonna have some questions for me on day 1, and that someone else is gonna have as well. So you're gonna hop on there Monday at 6 o'clock, and we're gonna see how we're all doing with day 1, questions that need to be answered. We'll have a little lesson on why we're doing what we're doing, and how it's helping you, okay? Because it's important to know why you're doing what you're doing. A lot of the time we'll do meal plans or things like that, and people just don't know why they're doing it, right? Or why supplements are important. Why are they important? We tell you what to do, but you don't know exactly what they're doing to help your body. So that's my goal throughout this next few weeks too, is to give you a little bit more information on why we do what we do, which is important to maintaining long term. If you know why you're doing something, typically you're gonna be able to continue it for a longer period of time, okay? So those meetings are on Mondays. So we're gonna start with this Monday at 6 o'clock. They shouldn't be too long, so don't worry, it's not gonna take up all your night. Or anything like that. I don't know if anybody's super busy right now at night, but but 6 o'clock on Mondays for the next few weeks. So that's number 4, right, that we were talking about. And then, number 3, sorry. So that's accountability meetings. Number 4 is at the end of each week, okay, you're gonna send me your new weigh-in, okay? So at the end of each week, you're gonna send me your new weigh-in through that app, okay, that you're gonna download and everything for me. You're gonna send me that. And with that, I really recommend that you don't weigh yourself like every day or every other day. It's not a great habit to get into. And what I found in doing this for a while now is that the more you weigh yourself, a lot of the time you'll go backwards over time, or you can't get past your plateau. And a big reason for that is because as soon as you see the scale go down, you automatically give yourself a little bit of a pass, right? Even if it's subconscious, you say, "Ooh, I'm down 3 pounds, so today I think I'm gonna have a couple extra glasses of wine," or whatever it is, okay? A few extra pieces of chocolate. And then that starts to add up. And then by the end of the week, you're like, "Oh, dang, I was down 5 pounds and now I'm the same," you know? So my suggestion is stay the course, find some routine, follow the plan, okay, and then weigh in at the end of the week, okay? Oh, good question. Carlos just popped. I just realized that was even on here. What day should you weigh in? Probably Sunday morning is a good time to do it. I usually do this as well for all my nutrition clients. I have them weigh in either Sunday or Monday, and I do that because of the weekend, okay? So I do it because it holds you accountable through that weekend, so the weekend's not just a complete pass, all right? Now, I do want to circle back to the whole purpose of this is not to make you feel like you have to be perfect or that this needs to be like 100%. My goal here is to help you feel a little bit in control of something right now in your life, okay? Because a lot of things for many people are completely out of their control. So this is one thing that we can all work on, that you can control a little bit better, okay, during this time. So I want you to, it'll help you feel a little bit calmer, okay? Plus we come out of this with a little bit better of health, okay? That's the whole goal. So I think, did I hit everything? I think I got everything for the most part. We're going to talk a little bit about supplementation too. Not today, but that'll be part of our lesson on Monday. So just be aware of that. Like if you have protein powder or you have aminos or something like that, we're going to cover what all of those do. But if you don't worry about it. Okay. I'm going to help you find what you need. If you do have a certain supplement that you currently use that is not Thorne research, okay, so we use medical grade protein at our gym. If you don't have something like that, that's okay. Just send me, if you can, send me a picture of what you have so that I can walk you through if it's a good supplement or not, okay? So you can learn to do it yourself as well, okay? So I think I hit everything.
Yeah, so.
And then we'll open it up for questions.
For sure. Now, does anyone here not have Facebook? John and Joe. Okay, cool. So are you guys completely against making one for the challenge?
Wait.
We'll unmute you guys.
Yeah.
One
Unmute.
second. All right, unmuted.
Okay, I got it now.
We're actually gonna.
I'm gonna do it.
We're gonna do it.
Okay.
Oh, getting them in.
They're gonna do it.
We're gonna break down
Right.
to Facebook.
Okay, cool.
Only for this.
Only
for this.
If you
Yeah,
guys,
you can delete it right after.
if you guys see in the chat room right now, I posted the link for the private Facebook group. You guys can click on that link. You could do it right now if you wanted to. And I think you have to request to be added to that.
Wait.
And then we'll get you in there. And then you can take a look at all the meal plans, make sure you have the correct one. And then also, if you have any questions on any of that, you can go ahead and post them in that group as well, because I'm sure other people are going to have similar questions. So at least you guys can get a head start on that, getting in there. And we're meeting Monday at 6,
yep.
correct? So
Monday at 6 o'clock.
Feel free to take a look at the meal plan, come up with any questions that you might have, and just have them ready for Monday night. Remember, the purpose of this is not to be perfect. You're more than welcome to get started. Like if you download the meal plan today, take a look at everything and get a little head start on it, that's absolutely fine. But just know you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect with it, and just come up with questions, take a look through it. Sometimes the best way to come up with questions is to actually just get started, right? Get started on it, and you'll figure out what you don't understand as you kind of work through it. And then bring those questions with you Monday night at 6.
Yep.
So is tomorrow our first weigh-in date to get a
baseline?
Yeah, Monday or tomorrow morning or Monday morning. Okay, so make sure you send me that just so I make sure that you've got the right meal plan moving forward. And again, you can just go through there. You'll see them all in there. They're in a PDF. So don't print the whole thing either, just so it doesn't confuse you. Make sure you print the specific meal plan for you. Otherwise, you're going to have a whole list of them, and I don't want you to get confused, okay?
Right.
And then also, for those meetings, just remember it's still in that file folder. You'll see all the meetings and the dates. Okay, so meeting 1, 2, 3, and 4 will all be there.
All the Zoom links.
All the Zoom links for the meetings are already all there. And there's also a little video, a short video I did a few days ago. I don't even remember what I said, but I think I was recapping everything that's in the that's in the group. So it's somewhere in there. So just scroll down, you'll see a video that I put in there, like a little welcome video. And I think that's really about it. That's all we have in terms of our information. Does anybody have any questions or anything?
Hey, Kate, are you able just to put into like even in email, just the Facebook group link?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
We can send that out.
Yeah, we're going to
Okay.
be emailing everything out to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then
great.
one thing too, so please do not hesitate to ask questions on that Facebook group. The whole point is so that we all, if you ask it, someone else is thinking it. So just put it out there.
There's no bad questions,
There are
guys.
no bad questions. So put it out there. If you do want to ask me something privately, you can either send it through your U8 app. Okay, I'm going to send you a nice little note too to make sure you know where to find the messages because they are in there. And once you find me on there, you can private message me there, or you can always email me. Okay, so you can email me. It's just Kate, Kate, at beyondmeasuretraining.com. So if you have something private that you want to ask, or you need a meal plan adjusted, or you need a different meal plan, just let me know. Okay. The last thing is on our foods list, because you're going to see a foods list and a supplement list. Okay. Because it's a guide, all right? And we're going to go over this a little bit more on Monday, but I want you guys to explore a little bit and take a peek at it. On the food list, I want you to know vegetables are pretty much fair game, okay? So if there's a vegetable that's missing on there, it's 100% fair game, most likely, okay? So just if you have a question about one that's not on there, it's probably because it just didn't fit on the list, I'm assuming, because I know you're typing it all out. So there's lots of vegetables. So just know that that those are kind of like our freebies. You can have almost as many vegetables as you want. Okay?
It's really hard to eat too much broccoli.
Yeah.
What about fruit? What about fruit, Kate? What's that?
Good question. So you'll see on there your fruits are going to happen for your snack times. Okay, so it's actually a really good thing right now to have some fruit in your diet, especially with the immunity. You're going to get lots of micronutrients from fruit and lots of vitamins. Okay, so that's huge right now. The more vitamin C you can get, the better. Okay, to keep that immunity high. So if you can, try to focus on higher, vitamin C fruits. So even strawberries have a lot of vitamin C. Okay, so strawberries, oranges, grapefruit, all those good fruits are awesome. So totally fair game. Okay. So anybody else got any questions? Are you excited? Yay! No, it's going to be awesome. So again, I'm really excited that you guys are joining us. I know we have quite a few more other members that are planning on doing this too, that we got to get them into the Facebook group too. So, but yeah, just know too that we're going to talk. I know someone was asking about, obviously our access to the grocery store is kind of limited as well right now. So I want you to know we're going to go over on Monday some ways to get around that. All right. When you get to the grocery store, in terms of your fruits and vegetables, it might not be a bad idea to pick up quite a few frozen vegetables. Okay. If you've got space in your freezer, that might be your best bet to make sure that you're getting enough in without having a whole bunch of produce spoil on you over the next couple of weeks. Okay. Sound good? Oh, I think they're all muted.
Yes, they are. They're
all sounds good.
There we go.
We got Joe over here. All right, Joe.
Once we get into Facebook, how do we tap into you again? Is it just Kate Klavick or is it BMT or?
Yeah, search for us individually, and then I'm gonna also post on here, guys. So copy and paste this link. I'm gonna put on here too. I saw Kai, you just got in here, but Becky. This will be for you, John and Joe as well. It's going to be our gym's private Facebook group. So not just the 21-day shred private group, but this is for our gym. So we'll be constantly posting all sorts of different announcements in there as well. So I'm about to post that as well. So Becky, John, and Joe, this one's more for you guys. And then for anyone if anyone's watching the video who's not in our group.
Oh, you just sent it to Carlos.
Whoops, I just sent only Carlos. Yeah, there we go.
Oops. Everyone.
We'll send
There
it
we
to,
go.
yeah. There you
I
go.
had a quick comment on getting fruits and vegetables. I've had a lot. It's a little expensive. It's a little out of the way, but Standard Market in Westmont, if you email them a list, they'll get it to you same day, and it's pickup. You just drive up. They'll call you. They'll take your payment over the phone. You drive up, and they put it in the back of your car. So it's, and they've had everything I've wanted. They've had, they haven't been out. They were out of zucchini, but like it's been a really good way to get stuff.
That's great. That's great to know. That's awesome. So helpful. Like even that little stuff. So when you guys find things like that, post them in the group. Let people know, because people are I mean, I don't know everything about where that, like something like that service, I have no idea that they even did that. So make sure when you find resources like that, you're sharing with the group, because it really does help. So that's awesome. I know some people have done like the imperfect produce, but that's kind of a crapshoot too. You kind of get whatever they send in the box. So
Hey, Kate, what about, okay, so do we get like one glass of wine in a week?
But that's an important question.
Yeah, this is,
Cindy.
yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm just asking.
Everyone was thinking that, yeah.
okay.
I know, you said if you were thinking it to ask it, and so I'm thinking there's other people wondering the same thing, right?
100%. Okay.
So do you get a glass of wine or no wine for 21 days?
So here's the thing. When we typically do challenge, we kind of do it where, there's no extras, right? Like no alcohol, you're limiting,
Right.
Cakes and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But the reality of the situation is it isn't what this normally is, right? Like this is a totally different situation. So my suggestion is, if you want a glass of wine, okay, so this is what I'm going to do for today. This is what I'm going to tell you. So mark my words. Okay. So, if you want a glass of wine, make sure that day you have gotten a workout in. Okay.
Right.
So ideally, okay, just know that if your weight's not moving and you're having wine multiple times per day per week, again, remember, we're moving a lot less than we normally do.
Right.
That could stall your progress. Okay?
Understood.
So just know that. But if you decide to have something, make sure that you get a vigorous workout, meaning you're sweating, okay? So not just a walk, but you're using up that sugar and carbohydrates, because I think that's what, and we're going to talk about this on Monday with carbohydrates. Okay, carbohydrates are not bad. You need them. You need them for energy. But the only issue is that's what they're for. They're for energy, okay? And we're not moving nearly as much as what we normally do, okay?
Right.
So if you're going to have something like that, just make sure that you're expending that energy in some sort of way for that day, okay?
Yeah, and you got to just factor in too what your specific goals are for
that matters.
Right. Understood.
For the next 21 days and beyond that.
Right, because people might not even, this might just be a way to get them back on track. They might not be thinking like, okay, I'm going to be 100% on this whole thing too. So, and I want you to know that I'm mindful of that too. Not everybody's goal is fat loss. So just know that some people are just wanting some structure.
Right. Understood.
Yeah. None of it's wrong.
I promise to be really good.
Yeah.
Just want to find out.
Here's my thing. And if you have it, just make sure you log it. Okay?
No, absolutely. Because you said that.
Yeah. So just log it, because then if you log it, and let's say nothing is changing, that then maybe we do need to adjust something for that week. So there's no shame. There's no worries about it if you have it. It's just a matter of what your specific goals are, and then we can adjust and shift after I'm able to check out what your week looked like. Okay?
Right. Understood.
Quick touch on that, guys, because I'm somebody who, at least I was someone in the past who I really would almost feel like a craving to want to have like a beer or a drink or something like that, right? And I actually about a month, I don't remember how long ago it was, but it was, I wanted to challenge myself on the nutritional side, because from a fitness standpoint, that's kind of my bread and butter. That's what I love to do. Giving myself challenges there is not difficult. So, and like food wise, same thing. I'm just blessed. I don't crave chocolate or sweets or anything like that. I know that probably pisses a lot of you guys off, but it's just true. So I knew that like, if I was prone to like no sweets for the next 8 weeks, it would not be difficult for me. So what I did was I challenged myself for 8 weeks to not have any alcohol, none whatsoever, no beer, nothing. And in the first couple of weeks, I was like, man, I really want to have a beer right now. And I realized a couple things. One, it was happening at the same time of day every day, right? So that was kind of letting me know that it was more of a habit than anything. And then after a couple of weeks, I started to not even think about it anymore. And then by the end of it, I forgot. Like I forgot about, I didn't know what week I was on. Like it wasn't even popping into my head. And then after it was over, like, I'm not going to lie to you, I had a beer and I was just like, I didn't care for it. And I still, like, I have no desire to have any beer. I had, now I will say, whiskey still tastes good. But like, I'm not like, I don't have that habit anymore where I come home after a stressful day and I'm like, oh man, I need a drink right now. And I think that's a really important thing to test yourself on. You know, if you've noticed that it's just become a habit, especially during times right now when we all have a lot more free time on our hands. You see all the funny memes about people drinking at God knows what time.
8 in the morning.
But it's like some people are creating some terrible habits for themselves that are going to continue after this is over. So might not be a bad idea to try to challenge yourself and test yourself when it comes to the drinking, just because it's really hard. It was hard for me in the beginning, but coming from somebody who I didn't mind having a drink a couple days a week, a couple nights a week, just for dinner or after dinner, whatever. Now I don't care about it anymore. And I don't know if that's good, gonna motivate you or not. But I just don't, I don't care for, like, it's not on my mind. I'll have a drink, but I don't have to have one anymore.
Sometimes that's it too, is that it's just recognizing, like, if for whatever, and it doesn't have to be alcohol, chocolate could be your thing,
right?
Like whatever it is. We all have something that's kind of like that, right? Like we all have it, whatever that habit might be. And I think it's really good to recognize when it's happening. So, and why. So we go through this a lot in my nutrition coaching, that it's typically, if you're enjoying it and it's like you're with friends or you're with family, right? It's a little bit different. But if you're recognizing that it's just happening at the same time of day, or when some certain event happens to you, it's probably not because you're just enjoying it. It's probably because of some other factor that's going on. So, I mean, my thought is just do your best to limit it as much as possible. But if it's like, hey, you know what, I just want to enjoy a glass of wine, there's nothing wrong with that, and it's not going to ruin your progress. So just try to challenge yourself as much as possible. That's kind of the whole point, is to push your boundaries a little bit and get uncomfortable. Because I think that's important to know too, that if you keep doing what you're doing and you feel comfortable, then that means nothing will change.
Plateau. Yep.
So you will plateau. So you should feel a little bit uncomfortable throughout this challenge. You shouldn't feel like ravenous and hungry all the time. That shouldn't happen. Or like trembling because you need chocolate or something like that. But to have that little bit on the edge of, ooh, man, I really want something, but then stopping yourself and saying, ooh, this is not getting me closer to my goals, right? And then when you make that decision, how good does that feel when you are able to combat that challenge that happens in your brain and you're like, yes, I did it, and you're like, I didn't, you make a rule for yourself and you say, I'm not going to eat past 6 o'clock. And then you do it and you wake up the next day and you feel so awesome. So I think that's kind of my whole point of this challenge, is it's not to make you, feel like you need to change everything in your routine, but I just want you to start having that little uncomfortable feeling and pushing yourself just a little bit during this time to feel a tad uncomfortable. Sound good?
Carlos had a question.
Carlos. Right. He's muted.
I just unmuted you, Carlos. There we go.
Just to, in terms of energy before a workout, are we better off eating an hour beforehand? Are we better off trying to get something in our system before our workouts? You know, when done this before, at times I feel like I'm don't have enough energy sometimes to get through a workout. So just the thoughts there.
Yeah, great question. So typically you're 5 o'clock, right now. So you're 5 o'clock. My thought is if you can, get your snack. So make sure you have something on your stomach. Now everyone's different here. I am somebody, I can eat like I can have a full stomach and do like a vigorous workout. Like I can eat a whole meal and be totally fine. And have a great workout. Whereas Steve, he has to almost have a completely empty stomach in order to work out. So everyone's different. So I want to, by answering that question for you specifically, Carlos, I would say make sure you have something on your stomach and use that second snack for the day to happen before your workout and then have dinner after. Make sense?
Cool. Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
So it's different for everybody. So keep that in mind, that those are great questions to ask, individual questions, because it is different for every single person. Okay. Great question. Anybody else? All right. Oh, Siri.
One sec. We'll unmute you here.
Oh, I think, what about up there?
Oh, can you hear me now?
No, we
Yeah.
got you.
Okay. So I sent something to you like in the email, the way you can convert a Google sheet into a form so that you don't need to open up the entire list for everybody, where you can collect the answers and you can do that.
Thank you,
so
Siri.
I sent a
Cool.
sample. Yeah.
Yeah, we're clearly rookies
Yeah.
with this online stuff. So.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, I thought like it'll
Please,
Like
we-
Google
5 minutes.
Sheets.
We
Yeah,
accept all and any advice
Yeah,
for
Google.
online stuff. We're happy.
Yeah,
to
it just took 5 minutes for me to do it. I mean, you can add your logo, image, whatever. Like,
Oh, that's
Awesome.
cool.
it's
Awesome.
pretty easy to convert a sheet into a form. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
Thanks, Siri.
Thank you. All right. So, your homework, okay, get into that group. All right. Check out the files. So make sure you look at the files tab and just take a peek at everything. If you want, I would start doing a little bit of prep. We're going to talk more about that on Monday as well, but start doing a little bit of prep, even if it's just your protein for the week. Okay. And then do your weigh-in for me and send it in Messenger. You'll see the coaching code in the files tab, so you can add me and make sure that anything that goes in your mouth goes on the app. All right. Questions?
U8 app.
U8. Yep. All good. Excellent. And then too, if you're new to the workouts, so if you're new to the online workouts, we're gonna add you to our email list. So you get, we send out the schedule on Sunday nights. Yeah. Sunday nights you'll get a schedule of all the workouts for the week and the calendar, and then you just have to, whenever you want to work out, you just go back to that email and click yourself in, and you'll pop up on the screen, and we'll get a good workout in. Sound good? Awesome.
I think Cindy's trying to. One sec, Cindy. We got you muted. One sec.
Oh, sorry. Hey, Kate, if I do the 7 o'clock on Monday, Wednesday, on the BMT app, it only now is going to 5 o'clock. So are we still supposed to go?
We'll have that all updated tomorrow.
Yeah,
Cindy,
keep signing in.
The schedule's always kind of evolving right now.
We're actually
so,
adding sessions this week, right? Too.
It's gonna be a little different. Yeah, the schedule's
we're
gonna be a
adding
little different.
sessions, so.
But you still want us to go in here, right? Onto the app. Okay.
Yep. Awesome. Okay.
All
Well,
right.
I'm excited to get you guys started. We'll see you on Monday then. Remember, take a peek at all that stuff so that you can shoot me all the questions you have. Okay, so make sure you've got all your questions ready to fire at me on Monday, and we'll get started. We'll do this together. Come out this stronger. Okay, sound good? All right,
Awesome,
you guys have an awesome afternoon, and we'll see you on
Thank you, you too.
Monday. All right, bye.
Thanks, guys.